Hi everybody, welcome to Moto Yoga Online. My name is Reed and today we're going to be doing a 60-minute Moto Flow class. So no props unless you'd like them. We're going to start in child's pose facing the top of your mat with your knees mat width apart. So if you're not already there, make your way to your mat. Open your knees wide, nice and wide. Bring your big toes together. Soften your hips down towards your heels. Reach your arms towards the top of the mat. Lower your chest down towards the floor. And then place your forehead on the mat and bend your elbows so that you can relax your forearms onto the ground. Make this pose passive and still and heavy. And take a big breath in through your nose. Fill up to the top of your breath. Open your mouth. And exhale all of the air out of your body. Take another inhale through your nose. This time let your breath expand your rib cage 360 degrees. And as you exhale out of your mouth, imagine that you can push all of the air out of your body to completely empty your lungs. One more big inhale through your nose. Just kind of float up to the top of your breath. Push the air out of your mouth. Now start to come into your Ujjayi breath. So seal your lips, press the back of your tongue up into your soft palate to constrict the back of your throat. And just kind of push the air in and out of your nose. You'll probably hear a little bit of a sound kind of like an ocean wave. Focus your mind on that sound as you start to move your body through space. So crawl your fingers forward and press your palms down so that your elbows lift away from the floor. And then push your palms into the mat towards the top as you pull your hips back, start to lengthen your spine. Roll your triceps down towards the floor. Draw your navel into your spine. Breathe in through your nose. Pull the mat towards you with your hands so that you shift up to a tabletop. Right away, tuck your toes, exhale out of your nose, lift your hips up and back. You're in a downward facing dog. And then take a few breaths for yourself to really do what you need to lengthen yourself out to get yourself ready to move into your vinyasa. So maybe pedal out your feet a little bit. Press your heels down towards the floor to stretch your hamstrings. You can lift your hips from side to side to open your pelvis. You can shrug your shoulders to and away from your ears to start to warm up your shoulder girdle. You can even flutter out your lips a little bit, shake out your head, release a little bit of sound on your breath like a ha. And then come into a nice and still, steady downward facing dog. Bend your knees a little bit so that you can lift your sit bones back and up. Lift your sit bones back and up. And kind of tilt your pelvis forward so that you can reach your tailbone towards the back of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. And with this kind of pelvic tilt, push your palms towards the top of the mat, draw your chest closer towards your thigh bones. Keep pushing the mat away from you gently. Press your heels down towards the floor and press the backs of your legs towards the back wall. Inhale through your nose, lift your heels all the way over your big toes. Keep your hips lifting up. Exhale, gently guide your heels down towards the floor. This time as you inhale through your nose, pull the mat towards you so that you shift your shoulders on top of your wrists, coming into plank pose. Stay here. Exhale, push the floor away from you with your hands and press the space between your shoulder blades up. Inhale, shift your shoulders in front of your wrists. Exhale, release your knees to the ground, untuck your toes, bend your elbows right to your rib cage, and like a long board, lower your whole body to the ground. Inhale, lift your chest up, start to bend your upper spine. Exhale, pass through tabletop, tuck your toes. Lift your hips, it's downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, shift your shoulders in front of your wrist, draw your knee to your nose, round your spine. Inhale, lift your right leg back, press your left heel down. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, round your spine, look forward, and then step your right foot next to your right thumb. Inhale, reach forward, kind of pull your chest towards the top of the mat. Exhale, step your left foot next to your right foot and fold over your legs. Lift your chest up halfway to lengthen your spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, just softly fold back over your legs. Rise all the way up. Breathe in, lift your arms up. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers. Exhale, side bend over towards the left wall to open your right side body. Rise up on the inhale, release your grip. Exhale, fold back over your legs and place your hands on the ground. Drop your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, step your left foot to the back of the mat, lower your left knee to the ground and untuck your toes. Let the inhale float your arms up. Exhale, bend your right knee, move your hips forward and down, stretch your left hip flexor, so the front of your left thigh. Come a little bit out of the lunge, inhale. Exhale, place your hands on the ground, frame your front foot, press your left hand down, inhale, reach your right arm up, come into a twist. Exhale, place your right hand on the ground. Reach your heart forward as you inhale. Half split as you exhale, slide your right foot towards the top of the mat as you straighten your leg. And then as you pull your right hip back in space, pull your right toes up towards the ceiling and drop your head. Bend your right knee, inhale, shift forward. Tuck your left toe, exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Plank pose on the inhale, pull the mat towards you. Exhale, knees down and tuck your toes, bend your elbows, lower your chest. Inhale, baby cobra, so slide your feet together, lift your thighs off the mat. Exhale, pass through tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your hips, your back in your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, pull forward. Round your spine by pushing the floor away from you. Inhale, down dog split. Press your right heel toward the ground as you lift your left leg back and up. Again, exhale, draw your knee to your nose, round your spine, and then step your left foot next to your left foot. Reach your heart forward, breathe in. Step your right foot to the mat, top of the mat. Fold forward, breathe up. Press through your feet as you inhale and lift your arms up. Interlace your fingers, exhale, side bend over towards the right. Rise up on the inhale, release your fingers. Exhale, softly fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. So reach your heart towards the front of the room. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat, lower your knee and untuck your toes. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. So as you lift your arms up, draw your left thigh towards the right, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Exhale, bend your left knee, shift your hips forward and down, open your right psoas. Inhale, come out of the lunge. Exhale, place your hands down towards the floor. Twist on the inhale, right hand down, left arm up. Exhale, place your left hand back next to your left pinky toe. Again, reach forward as you inhale. Straighten your left leg as you breathe out. Pull your left hip towards your right heel as you point your toes up towards the ceiling and drop your head. Inhale, bend your right knee, plant your palms, tuck your right toe, lift your right knee. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Again, pull forward to plank, use the whole breath in to get there. Exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes, draw your elbows right to your rib cage as you lower your body to the ground. Peel your upper body off the floor. Breathe in, draw your shoulder blades together. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Now step your big toes together, straighten your legs. Inhale, lift your heels all the way over your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look at your hands, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, drop your head. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach towards the sky, press your palms together. Exhale, bring your thumbs to your heart. And then bring your arms by your side. Turn your palms forward. Breathe in through your nose, find that slight constriction in the back of your throat. Push the air out of your nose as if you were fogging up a mirror in front of you as you exhale. Refine your Ujjayi breath if you lost it. Surya A. Inhale, lift your arms up, press your feet down. Exhale, fold over your legs. You can bend your knees. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. Reach your sit bones back. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, step back to plank pose. Push the floor away from you. Inhale, shift your shoulders towards the top of the mat. Exhale, knees up or down, bend your elbows just halfway to your chaturanga. Flip to the tops of your feet. Inhale, push your hands down, straighten your arms all the way, bend your spine, up dog. Exhale, pull your lower belly in, lift your hips up and back. It's downward facing dog. Stay here for one round of breath. Through your nose, you inhale. And through your nose, you push all of the air out of your body. Step your big toes together. Inhale, lift your heels all the way over your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Let the inhale lift and lengthen your spine forward. And let the exhale fold you down. Rise up, inhale. Lift your thighs up, lift your kneecaps. Create a strong base to stand on. Exhale, bring your thumbs to your heart. And then bring your arms by your side for Tadasana. Let's go again. Ride the breath, inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, either step to plank, then bend your elbows, or float to chaturanga right away. Wait for the inhale to lift you to your up dog, and let your exhale blow you back like a gust of wind to your downward facing dog. Breathe in through your nose, lift your hips up higher. Breathe out through your nose, push the mat away from you, move your chest towards the back of the mat. Step your toes together. Inhale, lift your heels really high. Think of tilting your pelvis forward like a bowl of water. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step, hop, or fly. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. One more time. Inhale, reach towards the sky. Exhale, reach towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float. Inhale, up dog. Roll the front tips of your shoulders towards the back of the mat. Exhale, pull your belly in, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Spiral your inner thighs towards the back of the mat. Spiral your triceps down. And draw your belly button in towards your tailbone. Step your toes together. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, bend your knees, sit way back, step, jump, or fly. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up by pushing the floor away from you with your feet, arms up, pinkies touch. Exhale, thumbs to your heart, arms by your side. Tadasana, chair pose. Inhale, bend your knees. Sit your hips back towards the edge of the mat. Reach your arms forward and up. Turn your pinkies in, plug your shoulder blades into your spine. Keep your knees bent, keep your hips low. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Collarbones, they reach towards the top of the room. Exhale, step or jump or float. Inhale, upward facing dog. Stretch the front of your hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch the backs of your legs. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, round your spine. Inhale, press the sole of your back foot back. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, round your spine, step forward. High lunge on the inhale. Avoid springing from your fingers. Just float your arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Open your hips, your chest to the left. Turn your right palm towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach your right arm back. Stretch your right side body. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat. Frame your foot. Lift your left heel up. Press your left hand down. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, chaturanga. Place your right hand down. Step your right foot back and bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Reach your sternum towards the ceiling. Exhale, down dog. Reach your tailbone towards the back of the space where the wall meets the roof. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale. Press your right heel down as you lift your left leg up. Exhale. Draw your knee to your nose, round your spine, step forward. Inhale. Float your arms up. Draw your left hip back. Exhale. Open up. Warrior two. Gaze forward. Turn your left palm towards the ceiling. Inhale. Reach your left arm towards the wall behind you. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat, frame your foot, turn your right heel up, inhale, right hand down, left arm up. Exhale, chaturanga, place your left hand down, step your left foot back, and bend your elbows. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, empty your lungs. Step your toes together. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Bring your feet towards your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Again, chair pose. Inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips down, reach your arms up. This time we stay. So sit your hips further back towards the back edge of the mat. Move your knees away from the front edge of the mat. Turn your pinkies in towards one another and plug your shoulder blades into your spine. Press your palms together, sit your hips lower down. Inhale, slide your thumbs to your heart, open your elbows wide. Exhale, pull your navel into your spine and from the base of your belly, twist your chest to the left. Hook your left arm on the outside of your right leg or place your left hand on your right leg and your right hand on your sacrum. Breathe in to reach your heart forward and lengthen your spine. Use the exhale to press your arm or your hand into your leg and think of rolling your right rib cage up towards the ceiling. Look up. Look at your feet, come back to center. Inhale, press through your feet. Lift your thighs up, lift your kneecaps, lift your lower belly, reach up. Exhale, back to your chair pose. Bend your knees, sit your hips down, reach your arms up. This time think of rolling your inner thighs in and down so that you can pull your lower belly in and up. Hug your ribs into your spine. Contain your front body rather than splaying your ribs open and bending your spine. Press your palms together, sit lower. Inhale, slide your thumbs to your heart. Use the exhale to engage the muscles in your core to twist to the left and hook your arm to your leg or place your hand on your thigh. Press your palms together. Inhale, reach your tailbone back, reach your crown forward. Exhale, can you touch your heart to your thumbs? Look towards the ceiling, inhale. Hold on the exhale. Look at your feet. Bring your chest towards the floor. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hasta. That means upward reaching hands. Exhale, fold over your legs. Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, step or float to bent elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Fill your lungs as your chest expands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, round your spine. Inhale, press back. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, step forward. Float up to high lunge on the inhale. Stay here on the exhale and adjust your hips. So bend your right knee on top of your right heel. Lift your left heel over your left big toe mountain and pull your right hip towards the back of the mat. Breathe in, lift your ribs away from your hips. Breathe out, open, warrior two. So warrior two, make sure your right knee's directly on top of your right heel. Press through the outer edge of your back foot as if it was a kickstand supporting the whole posture. Reach your right arm fingertips forward, reach your left fingertips back. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and then push your hands down and lift your chest up. Turn your right palm towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach your right arm back, reverse your warrior. Stay here, exhale, reverse your triangle. Just straighten your right leg. Lengthen from your right big toe through your right middle finger. Open your arms. Inhale, cut your left hip back, reach your right arm forward, set up your triangle, so lengthen both sides of your torso. Exhale, place your right hand down and lift your left arm up. Now hug your rib cage, your lower ribs, in towards your chest. As you draw your pubic bone up towards your lower rib cage, contain your whole front body, and then with that containment, roll your ribs up towards the ceiling. Look at your right foot, bend your right knee. Inhale, shift all of your weight into your right foot. Maybe place your fingertips on the floor if you need help balancing. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana, press through your right foot, straighten your right leg, lift your left leg up, and then open your front body towards the left. So think of stacking your left shoulder on top of your right. Think of rolling your left hip towards the wall behind you. Flex your back foot, press your heel towards the back wall, reach the crown of your head towards the front. Stay here, inhale, expand in every possible direction. Exhale, bend your right knee, step your left foot back, warrior two. Turn your right palm up, inhale, reach your right arm back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat, frame your foot, lift your left heel up, twist. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, side plank, either supported, roll to the pinky toe edge of your left foot, walk your right foot to the right, stay there, or stack your right leg on top of your left. Wherever you are, push into your left hand to lift your hips away from the floor. Flex your feet, drive your heels towards the back of the mat. Inhale, reach your right arm forward. Exhale, place your right hand down. Turn your hips forward. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, draw your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, split back. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, step forward. Pull your left hip back, lift your right heel up. Inhale, high lunge. Stay here, exhale, go a little bit deeper. Hug your ribs in. Draw your pubic bone up. Plug your shoulder blades into your spine. Press through your feet. Inhale, draw your inner thighs together. Exhale, warrior two. Can you lead with your right hip as you press your right heel into the ground and open your wings? So press your feet into the floor. Reach your tailbone down towards the mat and pull your pelvis up towards your chest. Turn your left palm up. Inhale, reach your left arm back. Exhale, strengthen, lengthen, stretch your left side body by straightening your right leg. Inhale, Trikonasana, heel toe your right foot in. Open your arms, reach forward. So set up the pose before you're even there. Exhale, all you have to do is adjust your arms. So left arm down, right arm up. Again, close your front chain, right? Roll everything into the center line of your body. And then with that containment, imagine that you can roll towards the wall behind you. Look towards the ceiling. Breathe. Look at your left foot, bend your left knee. Inhale, shift all of your weight to your left foot. That right foot might even hover off the ground. Remember, you can place your fingertips onto the floor if you need help balancing. And then as you exhale, think of pushing the floor away from you to float your torso and your leg. Flex your foot, press your heel back, stack your right side on top of your left. Inhale, expand every joint, every cell. Exhale, bend your left knee, step your right foot back, warrior two. Dance it back on the inhale, right? Make it intentional. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat, frame your foot, lift your right heel up. Twist on the inhale, left arm up. Side plank on the exhale, roll to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. And then take the supported option by heel toeing your left foot to the left and staying there, or take the full plank, stack your left leg on top of your right. Again, push the floor away from you. Lift your right rib cage away from the floor. Hug your ribs in towards your spine. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, place your hand down. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, slow chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Only the tops of your feet and the palms of your hands touch the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your toes together, maybe walk them slightly forward towards your hands. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop or fly to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stay right there. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. And then take your index and your middle fingers and wrap them between your big toes and your second toes. Bow your head down towards the floor so that the crown of your head reaches towards the mat. Take your gaze towards the wall behind you. Shift your pelvis towards the front of the room. Bring your weight out of your heels into the balls of your toes so that you can kind of find that pelvic tilt by tilting your pelvis forward and lifting your sit bones up to stretch your hamstrings. Now open your elbows to the sides of the space. Use the strength of your arms and the tug of your fingers into your toes to draw your chest closer towards your kneecaps. All right, stay in your forward fold, but release your bind and place your hands on the ground. Heel toe your feet mat width apart. Turn your toes slightly out, bend your knees, slowly lower your hips down towards the floor. Press the backs of your arms into your inner thighs. Press your palms together, lift your chest up, and then pull your lower belly away from the mat rather than sinking your hips down towards the ground. So there's an active lift away from the floor as you squat down. Now you can stay here or take the arm balance. So for crow pose, plant your palms on the mat firmly. Lift your heels over your toes like we do in that downward facing dog. Bend your elbows, place your knees on the backs of your arms, your triceps. Look towards the front of the mat. Keep looking towards the front of the mat. Inhale, shift all of your weight into your hands. So think of moving your pelvis towards the top of the mat. Kind of lean forward, and then on the exhale, push your hands down, dome your upper back like we do in that knees to nose, and then float your toes off the ground. Draw everything into the center line of your body, and then push the floor away from you. Stay here for the breath in. Exhale, step to dog, or step to plank, or float to bent elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. So stretch your front hip flexors. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lengthen your spine. Big breath in through your nose. Go ahead and let it go out of your mouth if you want on a ha or flutter out your lips. All right, step your big toes together. Walk your feet slightly forward. Inhale, lift up really high. Exhale, bend really low. Look forward, step, float, or fly to the top. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold all the way down, rise up on the inhale, use your feet to get there. Exhale, bring your left arm under your right. Wrap your forearms together, press your palms together. Breathe in, press through your feet, lift your chest up. Breathe out, bend your knees, sit your hips back and down. Shift your weight over to your right foot. Lift your left leg up and cross it over your right, eagle pose. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Draw your left pinky toe towards your right calf. Lift your elbows up and away from your chest. Slide your shoulder blades apart. And then sit lower down towards the floor. Unbind your arms, unwrap your legs. Inhale, lift your arms up, lift your left knee up. Exhale, toppling tree. Extend your left leg towards the back of the mat. Reach your arms by your side, turn your palms forward, draw your shoulder blades in, and roll your left thigh down towards the floor. Press into your standing foot. Inhale, stretch your heel back, reach your crown forward. Exhale, bend your right knee. Step your left foot back, lift your arms up,
Warrior one. So pull your right hip back, press your left heel down, straighten your left leg and rotate your left thigh forward. So that should square your pelvis. Breathe in, lift your chest up. I'm gonna switch sides, but you keep your right leg forward, breathe out, open up, warrior two. So heel toe your back foot, widen your stance. Make sure your front knee's directly on top of your front heel, and then stretch your fingertips apart. Just like in triangle pose, set up the pose first. So inhale, reach forward, lengthen both sides of your torso equally. Exhale, extended side angle. Either place your forearm on your thigh or place your hand on the ground and extend it. So reach your top arm all the way up and over your head towards the top of your mat. Pull your front leg into your front arm. Draw your ribs in, contain your core, and then rotate your chest towards the ceiling. Now stay here or reach your top arm behind you, reach your bottom arm under you, interlace your fingers, roll your top shoulder back, contain your core, and turn your chest up to bind it. If you're bound, unbind, come back to that extended position. Everybody inhale, rise up to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Place your hands on your hips. Turn your feet towards the side of the mat. Press your feet down, lift your thighs up, lift your kneecaps up. Breathe in. Exhale, lead with your chest with a long spine. Tip your pelvis forward. Place your hands on the ground. Wide-legged forward fold. Now place your hands directly under your shoulders. Drop your head and pull your shoulder blades in towards your spine and towards your tailbone. Move your weight out of your heels into the balls of your toes and into your hands so that you can tip your sit bones up and lengthen the backs of your legs. Place your hands on your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your hips back, reach your heart forward. Exhale, press through your feet, draw your inner thighs together, draw your belly in and stand up. Pivot your toes towards the front of the mat. Your right foot is forward, your left foot is back, both of your legs are straight. Pull your right hip back, press your left heel down, rotate your left thigh forward, turn your pelvis to the top of the mat. Bring your right thumb to your right hip crease. Inhale, lift and lengthen your left side body. Exhale, pull your right hip back. Reach your left arm forward, fold forward halfway and stay. So press your right foot down and away from you so that you can draw your right hip back. Breathe in, reach forward. Breathe out, twist. So place your left hand on your right shin or on the floor or a prop if you have it. On the inside or the outside of your foot, draw your right hip back. Move your inner thighs towards one another. Rotate your right ribs towards the ceiling, and then maybe reach your right arm up towards the sky. Place your right hand down. Bend your right knee. Drop your head around your spine. Look forward. Inhale, bend your right knee more. Exhale, bend your left knee, step your left foot to the top of the mat and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat, lower your knee and untuck your toes. Interlace your fingers on top of your left thigh. Inhale, press your hands down, lift your chest up. And just like we did at the top of class, exhale, bend your left knee, move your hips forward and down. Come out of the lunge, inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, place your hands, frame your foot, tuck your right toe, lift your right knee up. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your toes together, walk your feet forward. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step, hop, or fly. Inhale, half.
Exhale, fold. Rise up on the inhale, huge breath in. Exhale, eagle. Bring your right arm under, wrap your forearms together, press your palms together, keep your feet on the ground. Inhale, push the floor away from you, lift your elbows up. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back and down. Shift your weight to your left foot. Pick your right leg up, cross it on top of your left. Squeeze everything into your midline, and then lift your chest up, lean your spine back, stack your shoulders on top of your hips. Unwrap your arms, uncross your legs. Inhale, lift your arms up, lift your right knee up. Exhale, toppling tree. So lead with your right heel as you press the palm of your foot towards the wall behind you and tip your torso forward. Roll your right thigh down so that your toes face the mat. And then think of drawing your right leg slightly towards the left. Inhale. Lengthen your backside body. Exhale, bend your left knee. Step your right foot back. Pull your left hip back, turn your right thigh forward, lift your arms up, warrior one. Inhale, lift your ribs. Exhale, Vira two, warrior two. Lengthen your stance, heel toe your back, foot back, bend your left knee. Now set it up. Inhale, reach way forward. Try to touch the wall in front of you. Exhale, extended side angle. Again, the arm can come to the thigh or to the floor. Reach your right arm towards the top of the mat. Hug your ribs in. Draw your belly in. Press your arm into your leg and turn your chest towards the sky. Again, you can stay, or if you want the half bind, place your hand on your lower back. If you want the full bind, reach your arm under your leg, interlace your fingers or clasp your wrist, and then do a big shoulder roll with your right shoulder to open your chest towards the sky. Come back to your extended side angle if you're not. Use the inhale to stand up to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your left leg, place your hands on your hips. Turn your toes towards the right side of your mat. This time, reach your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulder blades together. Puff your chest up, but keep your core contained. Inhale. Exhale again with a flat back. Lead with your heart. Fold over your legs. Pour your weight into your toes. Lift your sit bones up. Bow your chest forward. And reach your bound arms towards the wall in front of you. Place your hands on your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, press your feet down, draw your inner thighs together, draw your lower belly in, stand up, and then pivot your feet towards the top of the mat for pyramid pose. So widen your stance. Heel toe your left foot to the left. Pull your left hip back, press your right heel down, rotate your right thigh forward. Place your left thumb to your left hip crease. Inhale, lift and lengthen your right side body. Exhale, pull your left hip back. Press your right heel down. Press your left foot forward. Reach your right arm forward. Stop halfway. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Place your hand on your shin or a prop or the floor. Pull your left hip back with your left thumb as you roll your right thigh forward. Think of your inner thighs rolling into themselves and then slowly roll your ribs towards the left. Maybe reach your arm up. Okay, place your left hand down. Soften your left knee. Round your spine and drop your head. Look forward, inhale, bend your right knee, left knee. Exhale, bend your right knee, step your right foot to the top of the mat, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Lower your knee and untuck your toes. Interlace your fingers on your thigh. Inhale, push your hands down, lift your chest up. Exhale, pull your right hip back. Bend your right knee, move your hips forward and down. Come out of the lunge, inhale, lift up. Arms overhead, exhale, place your hands on the ground. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha, Svanasana. Step your toes together, walk your feet slightly. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, sit down low, look forward, step, hop, or fly. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up, inhale, arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bring your thumbs to your heart, bring your arms by your side. Tadasana, mountain pose. Keep facing the front of your mat. I'm going to turn towards the camera, place your hands on your hips. Shift your weight to your left foot. Draw your right knee to your chest. Now either clasp your right knee with your right hand, or just like we did in that forward fold, take your index and your middle finger, wrap them between your big toe and your second toe, and extend your right leg towards the top of the mat. If your spine starts to round, bend your knee, grab your knee instead, and lift your chest up, okay? So long Tadasana spine. Stay here, breathe in, press your left foot down, lift your chest up, breathe out, open your knee or your leg over towards the right, reach your left arm towards the left, lower your right hip down, lift your left ribs up, pull your shoulders down, and look to the left. Okay, draw your leg or your knee back to center, keep it lifted, bend your knee if it wasn't, place your right hand on your lower back, place your left hand on your right knee, or clasp the pinky toe edge of your right foot with your left hand and extend your left leg forward. Breathe in, push down, lift up. Breathe out, draw your navel to your spine, roll your rib cage towards the back of the mat. Reach your right arm behind you, look at your right hand. Bend your right knee. If it's not, inhale, come back to center, lift your arms up. Exhale, step your feet together, bring your thumbs to your heart, and then place your hands on your hips for the other side. So shift your weight to your right foot, lift your left knee up, clasp your knee with your left hand, or bind your toes and extend the leg. Inhale, push down to lift up. Exhale, open up. So roll your left hip down. Pick your right ribs up. Look to the right. Draw your leg or your knee back to center, bend it. Place your left hand on your lower back, your right hand on your left knee, or clasp the pinky toe edge of your left foot with your right hand and extend your leg. So don't twist yet. Inhale, just push down to lift away from the floor. Now use the exhale to draw your navel to your spine, to turn your chest towards the left. Reach your left arm back and look at your left hand. Bend your knee, come back to center. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, step your feet together. Hands to your heart, arms by your side. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Just step. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step to plank and hold. Push the floor away from you, slide your shoulder blades apart. Lift your heels all the way over your toes. Draw your hip bones toward your lower rib cage. Shorten the space between your pelvis and your ribs, and then pull your belly in and hug your ribs in. Imagine that you can pull your feet towards your hands and your hands towards your feet. Stay here, breathe in. Knees up or down, 5 counts. Shift your shoulders forward, bend your elbows to your ribs. It's 5, like a board. 4, resist the floor. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, baby cobra. Press the tops of your feet down. Roll the tips of your shoulders back, lift your chest up. Exhale, lift your hands off the ground. Reach your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers, roll your shoulder blades together, puff your chest up. Bring your big toes together, lift your feet off the floor. Lift your thighs off the floor. And then stay here or bend your knees.
Bring your feet towards your pelvis, unclasp your arms, catch your feet with your hands, draw your inner thighs towards one another. Inhale, kick your feet into your hands, lift your thighs off the mat. Lift your chest towards the ceiling, look up, and then press your pelvis down and pull your ribs away from the ground. Draw everything into the center line of your back body, your inner thighs, your shoulder blades, your glutes. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale, lower down. Bring your legs to the mat, bring your arms by your side, gaze to the right and rest. Maybe shake out your hips or flutter out your lips. Look the other direction, change the twist in your neck. Place your forehead on the mat, bend your elbows, bring your hands next to your ribs. Slowly, with the strength of your arms, press the mat away from you. Straighten your arms, lift your chest. Bring your knees as wide as the mat. Bring your big toes together. Bring your hips down toward your heels. You're back in your child's pose. So again, bend your elbows. Place your forehead on the mat. Soften the space between your shoulder blades. Heavy your hips down towards your heels. Stay in your child's pose, but crawl your hands forward, push your palms down, lift your elbows up. Inhale, tabletop. Keep going. Exhale, slide your left knee behind your left wrist, slide your right knee behind your right wrist, keep your big toes touching. Sit onto your heels, place your hands on the mat behind you with your fingertips facing your toes, and then lean all of your weight into your hands. Bend your elbows a little bit. Maybe bend them a little bit more. Can maybe come to your forearms or all the way down towards the ground. If your knees start to lift up, back off, lift your chest up, press your knees down, and then just stay right there. Close your eyes and be still. Catch your mind from wandering off. If it is, just focus it on one specific thing, like the sound or the quality of your breath. And then if you're all the way down, grab a hold of your feet, press your forearms down. Replace your forearms with your hands. Everybody use your arms to lift your chest back up, sit onto your hips. Place your hands on the mat in front of you. Come into your tabletop and then step back to downward facing dog. Okay, so now we're going to step or jump through to seated, but break it down just like you do when you step or hop to the top of the mat. So bring your big toes together, walk your feet slightly towards your hands. Inhale, lift your heels really high. Exhale, deeply bend your knees, look forward, and then step or jump your feet between your hands and sit down. Plant your feet on the mat, hip width apart. Reach your arms forward, pull your chest back, drop your head, and pull your belly away from your thighs. Take a breath in, round your spine as much as you can, like a gigantic letter C. For 5 counts, exhale, pull your belly in, pull your chest back, reach your arms forward, keep your head dropped, press your lower back down, press each vertebra into the floor, resist the mat, resist, and then come all the way down towards the floor and slide your feet next to your hips. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Bring your arms by your side, turn your palms down, touch your fingertips to your heels. Inhale, reach your tailbone towards the top of the mat to lengthen your spine, and then as you exhale, push your feet down, push your forearms down, lift your hips up for bridge pose. Now either stay here or roll your shoulder blades under your shoulders, interlace your fingers like we did in the wide-legged forward fold. And then wherever you are, press your feet down to lift your hips up higher. Press your shoulder blades, the back of your head down to lift your chest up higher. Draw your inner thighs in and then press your heels towards the top of the mat to move your chest towards the back of your mat. Inhale, lift up higher. Release your bind if you're bound. Exhale, press your shoulder blades down, press your vertebra down, one vertebra at a time. Come to a neutral spine, so rest your sacrum on the floor. Stay here, breathe in. Stay here, breathe out. And then one more back bend, your choice. Either bridge again on your own, so make your way up, or wheel with me. So wheel, plant your hands on the mat behind you with your fingertips facing your shoulders. Draw your elbows in towards your shoulders like chaturanga. Now break it down into 2 steps. Inhale, lift to the crown of your head, look to the back of your mat. And then as you exhale, push the floor away from you, straighten your arms, straighten your legs, and lift your hips up. Imagine that you're pushing the mat down to lift up in the opposite direction. Then move your inner thighs in and down, wrap your triceps in, push your chest back. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale, bend your elbows, come back lightly to the crown of your head, tuck your chin, lower down. If you're in bridge, unbind, lower your hips to the ground. Everybody step your feet as wide as the outer edges of your mat. Knock your knees together. Lower your knees to the left. Lower your knees to the right. Bring your knees back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Lift your legs up, grab the backs of your legs, and then bring your calves towards the front of your hands. Lift your shoulder blades off of the mat. Bring your nose to your knees, flex your spine. Roll back to the tips of your shoulders. Roll forward, plant your palms. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right upper arm, and then place your right knee on the ground behind your right wrist. Pivot your right foot towards your left wrist. Slide your left leg back in space. Ground your right hip to the floor, sit bone to the floor or a block, and if you don't have that, use the support of your arms to lift your pelvis away from the floor rather than sinking into your hips. Breathe in, lift and lengthen, and bend your spine. Breathe out, stay right there, or walk your arms forward. Maybe bend your elbows, come to your forearms, or maybe bring your forehead and your heart to the ground. Pigeon pose. Look forward, walk your hands under your shoulders, straighten your arms to lift your chest. Tuck your left toe under, lift your left knee up. Pull your right knee to your right elbow. Lift your right foot to your left elbow. Push the floor away from you, dome your upper back. Hold this, and then step back to dog. Option to stay here in your dog and lengthen your spine longer than you have yet all class, or take a flow on your breath. Just keep it slow. Finish the vinyasa, and then lift your left leg up as you inhale. Exhale, left knee to left upper arm, left knee to the floor behind the wrist. Pivot your left foot towards your right wrist. Slide your left leg back, ground your left sit bone to the floor or a mat, or use the strength of your arms to lift and support your pelvis. Breathe in, arch your back. Breathe out, stay right there, or walk your hands forward, come to your forearms or to the floor. Look forward. Walk your hands back, straighten your arms, lift your torso. Tuck your right toe under, lift your right knee up, pull your left knee to your left elbow, lift your left foot to your right elbow, push the mat away from you, dome your upper back, stay. Step back to dog. Come forward to plank, and then come down to a tabletop. Sit your hips onto your heels. Slide your hands under your shoulders. And then sit onto your left hip, swing your legs towards the top of the mat. Straighten your legs, flex your feet, roll up onto your sit bones, tip your pelvis forward, lengthen your spine. Bend your right knee into your chest. Step your right foot over your left leg, plant the sole of your foot on the ground. Place your right hand on the mat behind you, close to your pelvis, either to your fingertips or the palms of your hands. Inhale, press your right hand down, lift your left arm up, lift out of your hips as you press your sit bones down. Use the exhale to draw your navel to your spine, to twist your chest towards the right, and then wrap your arm around your leg or hook your tricep to your thigh. Inhale, push into your hand and your sit bones to lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, pull your belly in, roll your ribs towards the back of the mat. And then come back to center. Extend your right leg forward, bend your left knee into your chest. Step your left foot across your right leg, plant your foot on the mat. Place your left hand behind you, close to your pelvis so that you have more leverage to lengthen your spine. Inhale, push into your left hand to lift and lengthen the right side body. Maybe even keep this right arm lifted as you exhale and engage the core to twist. Then you can wrap your arm around your leg or hook your tricep to your thigh. Use the inhale to lift and lengthen. Use the exhale to contract and twist. Come back to center, extend both of your legs forward. Flex your feet, so move your toes towards your kneecaps. Lift your thighs, lift your kneecaps up. Inhale, lift your arms over your head. Exhale, fold over your legs and place your fingers on your toes or your shin bones or your knees or maybe just the floor, and then look forward rather than down. Look forward, pull your chest forward, tip your pelvis forward, lengthen your spine from your tailbone through the crown of your head. Take an inhale, pull your shoulder blades together, pull your hip bones back. Breathe out, now round your spine, drop your head, fold over your legs. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Let your head be so heavy that it's the last thing to lift as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time from your tailbone first. Sit up tall. Bend your knees, walk your feet really close in towards your hips, draw your inner thighs together. Wrap your arms around your shins, drop your nose to your knees, curl into a ball and squeeze. Take a huge breath in through your nose, fill all the way up to the top of your breath. Imagine you're emptying the room of air. Exhale out of your mouth, roll onto your back, extend your legs forward, roll your spine back, drape your arms alongside your body. Turn your palms up, roll your feet open, close your eyes, and be still. Shavasana. Focus your mind on one specific thing so as to calm and direct your thoughts. Catch your mind, bring it back to your one point of focus. Stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like.
When you're ready to move, be very subtle and gentle with movements in your fingertips and your toes first, then your arms, then your legs, and then finally your torso, your neck, and your head and your hips. As you eventually lift yourself off the mat, take your practice with you. Just let it be with you as you go through the rest of your day or your night. And have a beautiful rest of your day or night. Namaste.